But it won't be forever, though.
No, the rest of this school year. Next school year will be different.
Welcome to the NASCAR Series Podcast. This guy is talking about NASCAR.
Until they tell us.
In NASCAR Authentic Championship.
Yeah, these first two seats open.
This guy in the Cup Series.
Then I'll sit in there.
Goes to number 31 car of Brian Newman. The number 3 car, Austin Dillon. And the number 14 car, that's Clint Boyer, looks like. Looks like the number 4 car of Kevin Harvick, it looks like. The number 48 car of Jimmy Johnson, it looks like, or the number 24 car of William Byron. Or go to Owning.com before the refi market flies completely away from you. And the number 12 car of Ryan Newman, it looks like. And the 21 car of Paul Menard. The number 78 car Martin Truex Jr.
NASCAR on the weekend?
Yeah.
Number 18 car, that's Kyle Busch. And the number 20 car of Aaron Jones. It looks like.
Are you in need of food assistance during these difficult times? Food for People.
And the number 9 car of Chase Elliott and
locations across the county.
And the number 9X car of Bill Elliott. And
again, if you need food assistance
about
now or ever, visit foodforpeople.com.
talk about
distribution.
43X Joe Wallace, number 43U, Kenny Wallace, and number 43. Oh, that's Rusty Wallace, and the number 22 car of Joey Logano, and the NASCAR Authentic Champion is the number 2 car of Brad Keselowski. So the NASCAR Nextel champion is Casey Kane, the number 5. And the number 24 car, Jeff Gordon. The number 29 car of Kenny. The number 29 car, Kevin Harvick. It looks like those. And the number 8 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr. looks like. The number 48 of Jimmy Johnson. The number 20, Tony Stewart. The number 31 of Jeff Burton, it looks like. And the 07 car, Clint Boyer, looks like. And in the NASCAR, the number 21X of Trevor Bayne, it looks like. And the 21O, it's Paul Menard. The NASCAR Authentic Series. Number 13 of Brett. The number 12 of Brian Newman. The number 17 of Matt Kenseth, it looks like. And the NASCAR Authentic. The number 17 of Matt Kenseth, it looks like. Number 38 car, David Gilliland. The number 44 car of Dale Jarrett. The NASCAR Authentic, the yellow, the 20X, that's Matt Kenseth. And Energy Cup Series. Race 1 is going to be NASCAR at the number series. Race 1 is NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series versus the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series is the left. And race 2 is NASCAR Nationwide Series and NASCAR Xfinity Series, and that's so for the Darlington Throwback Series, that's and the late line NASCAR Gator Outdoor Truck Series, and the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series is on the left. I'm pretty much done. Thank you. NASCAR racers, thank you, can win thousands of dollars for at the California Speedway, at the Crestline Speedway. At the Crestline Speedway tonight in California.
I'll be going to life skills today.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah. With special day class.
The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series is on the left.
I'll be riding home today.
You riding on the bus today?
Yeah.
The NASCAR Nextel Cup Series is on the left. So have fun racing tonight with your host of the podcast. They really want to talk to Jeff Ford. He's retiring. No, he's not retiring. And it's so 14 car of Clint Boyer. Yeah, and Jamie McMurray driving the 1 car.
Yeah, this is the front seat. These are the 3 front seats.
And Jeffrey Earnhardt, the Snoopy 32. That's the Snoopy car, I think. That's
Yeah, it'll change momentarily.
the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series from in 1995. Awesome thing. So at the Daytona 500.
I've been staying at home during this difficult time. We're back in business again.
Also the NASCAR Nextel number 99 car, Carl Edwards. Lots of names. Have fun racing tonight at the Crestline Speedway.
Ride your scooter around a lot.
Yeah.
In Roseville, California.
Sawyer's been riding
That's
his
some
mountain bike
good
around.
racing in the podcast.
There's a bus. Number 14.
Yeah, that's a new bus. Very new.
It's a Thomas C2.
2020.
It's the 2020 Thomas C2. And this is a 2016 HDX. Yeah, and 10 and 11 are Bluebird All-American. It's the 99. That's Blue Lake have the Northern Humble Bus. That's, I'm a fan of classic rock, Brian. Yeah, 106.7 plays the House of Hair with Dee Snider. Actually, Dee Snider's the host.
All my high school music is classic.
I want to welcome the NASCAR American Motor Mouse, Marty Sider, Nate Ryan, the mayor, Jeff Burton joining you today. Off of that, 7 winners in the first 7 races. Ready to get the Cup season cranked back up this weekend at Martinsville. Yes, home racetrack, by the way. Yeah. I know you're fired up. Always a good race for you. For the Burton family, always a family reunion there. We only won one there, so it's always a good race. But to that point of the video, 7 races, 7 different winners, 8 races this weekend. Will we have a different one this weekend?
There, I think Nathan's up there. Good.
He hasn't won so far this year. I think they're beating a bit. They're kind of going. I think you have to put in the list of guys that can win the race at Martinsville. They haven't won this year. Let's keep it going so we keep having this conversation. We have 17 winners right before we play out. But I love what Joey Logano said immediately after the first race. He goes, I'm starting to get worried. 6 races, 6 winners. I mean, I think these drivers are really thinking about this. They say they don't. I think, but no, the wheels are turning, and I think they admit it. And I think
Next year I'll be doing
like Jeff says, why not? I mean,
life skills, wood shop, auto shop, and employment. At employment, Emily Cook's leader. Yup.
I look at my fantasy lineup. Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, the aforementioned Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch. All of those guys have been in races. None of those guys have won this year.
Yeah.
To that point, Nate.
Learn about some cool things.
Who are really good at Martinsville, who have not won. You get Denny Hamlin in that group. Like he mentioned Brad Keselowski, Chase Elliott. So to me, it screams that there would be an 8th. And then you got Talladega coming up soon as well. You know what's fascinating about this year? Obviously we're talking about Martinsville and stuff we got in a few days. But who is the best driver this year? Who's the guy? Like who is the team? Who's the guy? Well, really talking about Denny Hamlin, correct? Yeah, but no win. You gotta win. Eventually you gotta win. Like to me, yes, I think Scott said Denny Hamlin, right? But no one is just dominating. Like I think it's still wide open. So going to a place like Martinsville,
That's the sawmill.
like my first instinct is normally who's the guy right now? Who's running well there? But instead we're going back and saying, well, this guy ran well there, he ran there. Rather than saying, well, this guy's won 3 of the first 8 or whatever, we're not having those conversations. It's a different kind of gear. And we're also trying to apply it to
McCullough Construction.
radically different than what we're accustomed to.
Here's that Kenworth.
Racetracks like Road America, obviously it's coming up. Bristol Dirt Race just happened, but the way the races are positioned is different. I mean, this is a little bit earlier, I think, than Martinsville was last year. Talladega is a little bit earlier. I mean, everything is everything feels different. Everything feels like, to Jeff's point, trying to go out in history this year with drivers and racetracks, I think is really different. So it's a perennial topic, and it always comes up every year until they finally get the first repeat winner, right? But is there some legitimacy, Nate, to there being more parity than to Jeff's point? Yeah, I think so. And there's been this talk
95.1 plays that adult contemporary and
being limited in terms of wind tunnel testing. I had Jerry Freeze, the general manager of Front Row Motorsports, on the NASCAR NBC podcast this week, and that's what he pointed to. He said that a lot of this is the suspension components that the big teams would get ahead of us on that they can't really get ahead of us on now. And by the time like a team like Front Row would catch up, they would not be able to have what the new teams had. And now I think it's
I'll be riding in the morning on Thursday.
Have 6 places from today by the speed.
Yeah.
I think that really speaks to there being a playing field that feels more level than it has been in a long time.
Yeah, I think it's a great point. I think that's what I think NASCAR is looking at that and loving it. I think NASCAR, think about a new car coming for next year, right? Where a lot of people will have the same components. Not every component will be complete 100% the same, but there's going to be a lot of common components. Part of the reason they want to do it is that they want the ability for every team to have kind of the same opportunity. Then you have to take what you got to make the best of it. So if what NASCAR is looking for is more parity and more opportunity for more people, the sports street situation is giving them a look into the future. And I think when they look into it, I think they're liking what they see.
That's an interesting deep dive into it. And in a playoff format, I think parity is a terrific thing for the sport. Fair to say? I mean, I think it leads to more unknowns when you get to those final 10 races.
Especially when you've got,
6 races with 6 different winners, and the possibility of all these guys who haven't won yet, and some people we're going to have on the show today who haven't won yet. Ricky Stenhouse.
Hello, Jaden.
The Bristol Dirt Race, he's run well outside of Bristol as well. I mean, Jeff said it on the podcast a few weeks ago that if we had maybe 2 or 3 more winners, like say Christopher Bell or Emmanuel Dowell, you feel like
Ryan, I do remember the Bob and Tom show.
We might have more than 16 winners.
Yeah.
it's unlikely. It's unlikely, but it could happen because of the racetracks. I mean, so
Yeah,
many
talking about
things going on
stuff.
this year. That to me it's unlikely, but it could happen. I just think it's a crazy year. When I just step back and think about this year, why is there so much parity? It's great that it's so much parity, but your question was, is parity a great thing in the playoffs? I don't know. I think part of hating the Lakers because they won so much. The Red Sox, the Yankees.
Yeah.
There's Carolina Duke. Part of pulling against somebody, and that's sports. I mean, it's okay in sports. It's not that we should live our life every day, but in sports, it's okay to pull against somebody. And when somebody is dominating, and then there's something about that that's special too. We don't want to lose that. There's so much parity that we don't have, the people at the top of the rung that everybody wants to knock off.
But it allows the Michael McDowell to win at Daytona. It allows Michael McDowell to finish 6th in Miami. So it allows for those things. And maybe in the playoffs, who knows? Maybe it allows someone to advance to the next round that, that'll be an underdog story, which I think everybody loves. So Nate teased it. We will have on the show today Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He'll be joining us shortly, as well as Graham Rahal. Big test at Indy coming up tomorrow and on Friday as well. And Ricky Carmichael will preview Atlanta Supercross. So all of that, those guys calling in. But to start off the calls today, our buddy Marvin from Ohio will call in and join us here. Marvin, how you doing this afternoon?
I'm doing really well, guys. It's nice to be on P1 for a change. Sorry to have taking a spot.
Yeah, exactly. What you got, man?
Well, I got a question for you guys. Since we're going to be having the NASCAR version of the Royal Rumble for the Xfinity guys, who out of the Xfinity series drivers do you think has a chance of winning on Friday night?
That's a good one.
I have my mask on.
Question, because I don't honestly know. Xfinity running Martinsville twice this year and having the Friday night tilt. The weather looks good for Friday night, not so great for Saturday night. We'll see what happens. But what do you think, Jeff?
I don't know. Martinsville is one of those tracks that changes so much. You have to remember, Harrison won the Martinsville race there last year, kind of in dominating fashion, but that was the first time they'd been there in a long time. And I think a lot of other teams learned, a great deal, and a lot of other teams will come back with a lot of speed. I will say this: I think one guy you got to watch for that won't come on the top of many people's list is Josh Berry. He has tons of wins. At Martinsville, late model stock car. He's been going to racetracks. He doesn't get the practice on. He doesn't get much track time. Here's a racetrack. He finally gets to walk in the gate and do, I know where the restroom is. Right? Like, he literally knows where he's going this week. And people don't recognize how big of a disadvantage that is. Him being able to go to Martinsville this week, a track he knows. I know it's a completely different kind of car, right? But still, I think he's going to feel like he has an advantage. And that's the first time he
Getting a COVID vaccine today. Yeah. So I won't get sick from COVID.
Right, so maybe it'll be a little bit of a learning curve for Josh. Who knows? Because he has all those same late model laps that Josh has. And Harrison had that kind of experience at Martinsville as well, right? Late model race.
Well, no, he never went late model necessarily.
this being only the second race in 15 years, I would look at guys who did well in the truck series, and I think Noah Gragson has won in a truck at Martinsville, so he'd probably be one of the guys on my list.
To me, the big
That's Tears for Fears.
my son and your son, but I would pick AJ Allmendinger.
Head over heels.
In the Cup car. And I remember talking to him a few weeks ago, maybe before one of our IMSA races, and he was like, that's the race I'm looking forward to is Martinsville, because I know how to get around that place. And that was a place he loved in the Cup car. Remember, he almost won a race there a number of years ago in the Cup car. I mean, ran up front all day long. I think he'll be certainly a factor in Friday night.
He ran well there last year as well. They had a time. They either had a left or a right.
Yeah, that's right. They had a tire.
But he ran well there last year as well.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be an interesting race. Certainly one that I'm looking forward to. So another thing happening this weekend is the Masters. Obviously, the first PGA major of the year. Always love it when we get to go to Augusta and get to see the site from there. So that brought up a terrific question that led to an amazing debate on email between the three of us and our producer, Aaron. What are the 4 NASCAR Crown Jewel races? And to me, I think the conversation has changed. So I would love, Jeff, for you to take off with that, because I think now that the championship race is involved, it's a completely different conversation than it was 10 years ago.
I agree. Can we agree on 3? Can we just...
There's 3 obvious ones.
The Daytona 500.
Okay.
The Southern 500 at Darlington, and the Coke 600 at Charlotte. Can we agree that those are 3 of the 4?
We can agree on that. I don't know that I wouldn't put him in that order necessarily. Because
Yeah, but 6 does have an aftermarket stereo.
Can we go there?
Can you see her for the championship race on both those 3?
No.
Yeah,
Coke 600.
quite a stock.
But even that, like, I'm not sure. Well, we can get to that in a minute.
No.
To your point, what's the fourth? And I think a lot of people have said it. I disagree with Indy, because I think when we go to the Brickyard, we're guests there. Like, that's some other people made history at the Brickyard. AJ's point, Mario Andretti, that's their place. So I never put that in our top 4, because I think we're guests there. I think we're visitors, all running on somebody else's cookbook. That's the way I feel.
There's the 101.
The last race of the year. Phoenix now, used to be Homestead. I think that has to be one of the Crown Jewel events. And I also think that what other sport has their championship, with the exception of auto racing, has their championship event not the biggest event? And that's very true. Motorsport, which really have a ring high. It's almost every motorsport. That's right? It's not just NASCAR, it's almost every motorsport. Think about F1, you can think of all, go down the list, right? But to me, in today's world, you have to put what is now Phoenix, years from now, maybe something else. I think you have to put that last race in your one.
I can tell I did upload it here, but it's not on my list. And wow. My problem is there's way more. Here's my question. Answer me this one. There's a huge caveat with this, which is when the championship race is won by the champion, yes, it feels like it's one of the 4 majors. And there's never been a scenario when a driver outside of the championship sport has won it. But if, say, last year Harvick would have won the championship race, would it still felt like a major? To me, I don't think it's not a major.
It feels big.
So what's your race?
It's, I would probably go with Bristol Light Race.
Ooh, I like that. Bristol Light.
Because that's one where guys get out and they win that race. You can tell there's a lot of emotion in it. You can tell that they feel like they've done something. It's not just, in the spectacle of all these 160,000 people screaming and the lights on. It's also physically hard to do.
It does feel big, too.
Yeah, exactly. Grandstands stretching up into the heavens. It feels like it's a really big, like I said, spectacle. So that would probably be number 1 on my list. I agree with Jim. I think the Brickyard moving to the road course, it doesn't have the same luster that it once did. Brad Keselowski said today that, this could be a possibility as well. Maybe driver of the year, put the All-Star race as he called it a fringe major. And the $1 million payday might have something to do with that.
Oh, it's a big event. It's a big event. I can't put it in I can't put it as one of the top 4, but it is a big event.
But see, Nate, to my point, that would be like saying, what if some underdog wins the Daytona 500, all of a sudden it loses its value?
It's still the biggest race of the year.
I understand that, but that you made my own point. It is the biggest race of the year because of its factor going into it. It doesn't matter who wins it at the end of the day.
Here's the difference. The season finale is in your top 4 because of its position and because of what it means as a championship.
Yes.
If an
non-championship driver wins the race, it changes, the calculus there. It's different when it's the biggest race of the year, as the season opener, Daytona 500. That's a standalone thing. The Phoenix is predicated on the playoff, on the championship boards. It's different.
I feel like we should be on a Sunday show. Well,
So to counter that, here's what I'll say about that. Even if a guy wins a race and he doesn't win a championship, right? He's 8th in points and he wins the race. It's still a huge race because it still determines the champion. So even if the champion finishes second, that race still determines who our champion is. Who is the champion for this sport? So whether he wins it or not, I can go through and I can list the winners of the Southern 500. I can list the winners of the Coca-Cola 600, and I can say, okay, how many in here are underdog winners, right? Daytona 500, there's several that I can say, well, we wouldn't expect them to win that race. When you go to that championship race, even if the guy doesn't win, he won the championship, and if there's going to be almost no one that wins a championship, you say that guy doesn't deserve to win a championship. So that's why I put the last race of the year as a crown jewel, because he is the deserving champion, and he did it however he did it, where he finished second, third, fourth, whatever he had to do. He won the championship, and that to me makes that race so big. And it'd be hard to call it, I hate to use this word, it'd be hard to call it a fluke, right? It'd be hard to have a fluke winner to be the champion.
So Nate, not to discredit your point, because I love your Bristol point, and that does to me feel like a very large event. So let's look at it from an inside baseball standpoint. You're a crew chief. What are the 4 races you put the most work into?
Yeah.
Daytona 500
Right.
is going to be in there. The Southern 500 is going to be in there. The Coca-Cola 600 and the championship race. Teams, if you're in the playoffs, you start working on this year. Phoenix, you'll start working on that in August. You'll start thinking about that race. Bristol Night Race, you probably thought about it a week or two before, and that's pretty much it.
That's a very fair point. What Jeff just said kind of drove that home as well, that is a very difficult race to win. And the reason that the 4 championship cars run up front is because, to your point, Marty, everybody's bringing their best stuff. Everybody is at a higher level than they are probably at any point in the regular season. All those points are well made. I have to concede, yes. Winning that race is a big deal. But again, if you have somebody outside the championship,
We're not going to change your mind, are we?
Listen, I don't know.
But I feel like you didn't win an argument.
I don't know a driver that would give up a trophy, right? Say, all right, I'll give you this trophy and get this one return. Because whatever trophy you earn, it has a story to it. It has a personality. It has a story to it, right?
That race has a story.
Correct. That race, and what that trophy represents. So I never won the Daytona 500. I really wish I had won the Daytona 500. But I wouldn't give up any trophy I got or race to exchange it for the Daytona 500. However, there are races that drivers say, definitely want to win this race. Daytona 500 is one of them. Southern 500 is one of them. Coca-Cola 600. Bristol is one of them, right? And if you're in that Final Four, clearly the championship race is one of them.
I go back to the start-finish line interview I had with Harvick last year. He was so excited to win the Bristol race. That race has been everything.
massive sweat, 3.5 hours running in the lights. With Northern Redwood Federal Credit Union's rewards program, member points on everyday purchases.
This was a fun debate. We should do this more. The email debate was fun, but this is better on the air. So, hey, yesterday on the Dale Jr. Download, they announced Lost Speedway Season 2 coming back. And make sure you want to catch that right here on Peacock. Dale announced it on Twitter as well. And speaking of the Dale Jr. Download, the guest this week, Dick Berger, and here's a preview of the Dale Jr. Download.
Something we're always happy to help. It's one I love to do, and that's why you'll find me at Redway Tree Value. Even if I wasn't getting these kids, I'd still be right here. Redway Tree Value.
Yeah, your father.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
We're at the school.
I want to talk to your father. I don't want to talk to him. He's not going to want to talk to us.
He
messed with me. And the last time I interviewed him, he messed with me. Practice ends. When I got Pamela and Robbie, she was the co-producer. She said, we need her. I said, let's talk to this crew. We need him now. We're going to go off there pretty soon. He said, no, I can't. She says, you got to get Bernhardt. You understand? You need an interview daily. Now, go get it. Just at that moment, the conversation with the crew broke up. So I think I can get it. I think I said, Dale, you got to move. What, now? Right now? And I knew